Well, hello, and welcome to the Train Buddy Shop. Today we've got an E9 or an E8. You know how do you tell the difference? By the nose. Yeah, it looks like it's an E8. E9 has got a cowling around it. Or is it the other way around? It doesn't matter. It's an E8, E9 unit. And this is what it looks like on the inside. This is an early Life Like Proto unit. I say early because there's no place to plug a decoder in here. And even if there was, pretty much the same, I would do the same thing regardless. And that is to start by clipping out the board. And I think I've done one of these before, have I? Whatever, we're going to do that. And that's what we do to get started here, because we don't need this board. No? Yeah, I know, you think you do, but you don't. The issue, some of the issues associated with this as I do this, is that this has got a blinker circuit on it, on this board. And that blinker circuit, even if we were to bypass that and use it with the decoder, it uses a bulb. So you see the bulb up here has got a 2-filament bulb in there. So what it does is it flashes back and forth and it simulates a Mars light or a driver light. And the decoders that we put in, they all have that feature. That's part of their lighting feature, is either to simulate a Mars light with a single bulb. And again, they do it by kind of brightening and darkening. So we don't really need that double bulb situation. What is going on here? How come I can't? Okay. Is that the last one? All right. All the wires, I guess most of the wires. There's another one sitting here. Oh, I've already cut that one. Okay. So all the wires are cut back, and we're just going to remove this board. So there's one very large screw here for the heat sink. They were using this device. Is power related, so it has a heat sink. I'll show it to you here in a second when I get rid of this other screw. There you go. And you look on the other side, you see it has a heat sink on there. Interestingly enough, they insulated it, so they put a so they really wouldn't use it as a heat sink. They didn't need to put a screw in there, so I'm not sure why they did. And of course, you've got this, now this washer we can use for something else, because we don't use it for that. So we get some extra screws here. So the first thing we need to do is make a platform for the decoder that we're going to use. And the decoder that we're going to use is, for this customer, this particular customer wants an NCE decoder. So we're going to put a classic NCE decoder called the D13W. So D13W you can buy in bulk. Right? So in this case, this is a 4 decoder package, right? So I had to cut the paper off the back. I'm leaving the paper on here because the paper adds an insulation for this decoder. I could put it just like that, right? I got plenty of room up here. I could put it right here if I really wanted to. I'm very tempted, very tempted to put it right there. This is not a sound system. Typically, I would put it back here where the other board was. That's where I would put it. Well, why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? But before I do that, I want to make a platform back here for the decoder. I'm going to measure and cut it out of plastic that I have laying around. You know, people send me credit cards in the mail that are not real credit cards, but they're a good set of plastic and easy to use. So I keep them around here. They're around here somewhere, and as soon as I find it, I'll start making this little ledge. You could use cardboard too, but I'd rather use something a little bit more substantial. All right, be right back. All righty then. So I found them. Look, a whole bunch of them. Oh, look, some American Express. I wonder if this is the right size. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Put an American Express card in there. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so let's measure what we need, and we'll cut it and put holes where we need to, and I'll be right back. All right, so there we go, and you can see that I just put back. This was a screw. This was just a pin, so I put the pin back. And we're ready to go here. We're ready to put the decoder on the American Express card, and oh, they're not paying me to do this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a double-sided sticky tape, and we've talked about this before. This is double-sided sticky tape, Scotch brand. You can see the Scotch emblem there. All right, and we're going to cut a piece off, just like that. We're going to put it on across the American Express emblem here. All right, take the top off. Okay, there's our tape. We're going to take our decoder and we're just going to tape it on there. Ready? 1, 2, 3, tape it. Ta-da! Now I want to make sure we don't touch this, because this is the... Need to get back just a little bit, because that goes to the frame, and the frame may be, shouldn't be, but may be hot. All right, let's come up here just a little bit. I don't want to get too far back there. There we go. All righty then. You betcha. Now, the next thing to do would be to do the right and left wheels. So this is right, this is left. Notice I put holes in here, and I made them circular so that this could go back and forth. As the wheel goes back and forth, these wires are gonna move, and so we don't want them to chafe on the bracket and in fact quit. So we've got those all set up here. We're going to take right front and left wheels, and it looks like we've got that the front wheel here is connected to, so you can see that it's connected to this red wire, which goes down to the motor. So we got to get rid of that. So we're going to cut it down here just as far as we can cut it, just like that. Okay, this is left and left. Unfortunately, they're red, right? Because typical is red on the right, right? Black here, black on the left. Oh, this has got blue, so we're using blue over here. So blue, 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 and that goes to the red wire on the decoder. So those three are going to get tied together here. Nope, out of focus. These three are going to get tied together here. All right. Then the black wire, right, for the decoder is the right side, or I'm sorry, left side, other right, left side. So this is the black wire that's coming from the decoder, and it gets connected to the red and red. So these three get connected together somehow. Okay. And I'm going to do that, put shrink tube on them, and be right back. Okay, so I've moved the light wires out of the way, and show you what I did on the truck wiring. So let's see, let me get something to point with here. Yeah, this will do. So if you're looking at the truck wiring, this was the black side, so it's tied to the black wire that goes to the decoder. This was the red side, so it's tied to the red wire that goes to the decoder. What color the manufacturer uses for left and right is inconsequential. Does not matter. Okay. Now the next set of wires that we're going to hook up is the motor, and the motor leads are orange and gray coming from the decoder. Just pull it over top of that lead there. I've moved back the wires for the lighting, the blue, yellow, and white. Blue is positive and common, and then white for the front light, yellow for the tail light, which this doesn't have, so we're going to use it for the second light. And I moved the other wires out of the way for the lighting, so you can see that. So all that's left is the two wires that go to the motor, so they're here. And we've got to figure out plus and minus here, right? So one way to do that is to apply power. We're going to bench power supply, bench DC power supply here. And of course, this, the rounded nose, is the front of the engine. There's no question about this particular one. And so we're looking at applying power on the plus and plus. Red is plus, black is minus, right? And let's see if this is reversed. See if it's reversed or if it's going in the right direction. So as we increase voltage, right? It's not going anywhere. Why is it? Oh, because the black wire fell off. Okay, well, I'll just touch it. Oh, and it goes backwards. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the black wire is plus and the red wire, the red wire is minus. Just opposite what we would have thought. Now, the way that's wired then for the decoder is the orange wire is kind of like red and gray is kind of like black. Orange wire is plus and the gray is minus. So this goes gray to red, right? And black to orange. All right, I'll do that and be right back. All right, so now we've got the basic wiring done for the motor and for the decoder and for the trucks. So now we're going to take it over on the test track. Put it on our test track. Here and here. All right, and we're going to see whether or not we're going to be able to talk to it. So we're going to we're going to do program, right? And should say AR2 here, AD2, I'm sorry, address 2, and we're going to display. Should come back 3. Yes. Okay, so a couple things have happened here. We know that the decoder's got power. We're talking to the decoder. The decoder says, I am address 3. And it, if you watch it, watch the system work. Let's get focus here. As you watch the locomotive, well, maybe you couldn't see it, but I certainly could hear it. The motor was functioning. It was talking to the motor. The motor's the load. Right now, let's go back up here and put it into, keep changing the focus here. Let's exit out of address mode, right? Let's go into loco, and let's loco 3, which is the default address, right? All right, and let's see what we've got for running. Now again, we have to turn put power to the track from the system. Again, focusing here, and it should go forward. Yes, it's set for forward. Okay, and we hit reverse, right? And it goes in reverse. So, ding, 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 ding. All right. So we have successfully put a decoder in, put the motor on. Now for the lights. This engine is a little tough. And I've done this on several other engines like this. So let me just give you the brief overview here. Remember when I said this light had two, so if you look, I don't know if we can do that. Can we get close enough to where you can see it? It's tough, but it has two filaments. In other words, there's 3 wires coming off the back of this decoder. 3 wires. And while it would appear that we could use that, unfortunately the bulb, oh there, you can almost see it. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's got 3 pins in there, three metal pins. Anyways, we might be able to use that if these weren't 1.5 volt and large current bulb filaments. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove that. There's another one that's down here that's a little hard to get to. It's underneath the guys. So, and that's the nose light. And typically I remove both of those and put LEDs in their place. So that's the next thing that I'm going to do. That means that we have to remove this plastic piece here. We may even have to remove the guys. The guys are connected. They just go into lay in a little socket right there. And there's also, if I remember right, there may be a screw back here that we have to take these screws out, and then this whole section lifts out and we can work on the lights. So it's time to disassemble that and get ready to do the lights. All right, be back in a minute. Alrighty then, so what you see here is where I've put Scotch tape on here just to hold the LEDs in while I soldered them. And I picked up the leads on the back. So that LED is sitting right there, and I might glue that in after I make sure everything's working well. And there's the one on the bottom, small one on the bottom. So they're kind of loose in there, but they're okay. They're not going anywhere. All right, and now this whole assembly then goes over top like this. All right, and there's the pin I was talking about, right, that goes down in the center. So right there, like that. 2 screws, I can put those in later, just to show you how this is all going to unfold. All right, so here's the 3 colors matching. So I made sure I used the same color, the right color, NMRA right color, right? And we're going to bring those together. I'm going to have to put resistors in there. So 2 resistors, 1 resistor on the white lead, 1 resistor on the yellow lead, and then the blue lead is positive common. And when I get done with that, I'll come right back. Alrighty then, done with the wiring. You can see the blue, white, and yellow, and you can see the resistors that I put in there. These are 1.3, 1.2, 1.3 kiloohms. 1K is good enough. These I put in because I had them, and they're 1/8 of a watt, so they're really small. I've got shrink tube I was going to put over top of them. I wanted to show them to you first before I did that. So let's put the shrink tube over top, and let's put it on track and run a test. Let's see if we got lights. Huh? All right, here we go. Take you off the stand. Okay. I'll put it on the track. All right. Back out here where we can see what's going on and turn power on. And 03 is selected, and I'm going to select the lights. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's the bottom light. And there's the top light. So good. We got both set up. Good job. Now all I have to do, and if you notice, the bottom light is kind of a warmer, a yellower And the top light is kind of a bluer. Bottom is like a incandescent, right? Top one is white light, as white as you can get. Anyways, we're ready to go ahead and finish the shrink tube. Motor still runs, yes. That's forward. That's reverse, yes. Supposed to be reverse. Forward. Oh, got something not right. Reverse, forward. Off the track. Hope that's what it is. Hope we don't have something else wrong. Oh, it sounds like a cracked axle gears. Oh man. All right. Hopefully that's not the problem, but we'll have to check it out. Okay. Ready to do some CVs and to finish this one up. Alrighty, so then in tearing the trucks apart, this is what I found. Yeah, it doesn't seem like much, does it? But it's a piece of plastic, and it's the head off a piece of plastic, and maybe it was one that I did? I don't know. But whatever, it was stuck in one of the gears. So I'm going to put it back together again. Certainly that was an issue, but we'll see if that was the issue. Alrighty then, so that appeared to be it. As we run the train now, we can see, come on. It's trying to go backwards. Goes forwards. Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. Alright, we're going to put the top on it and then do a final check on it. I've changed the CV 21 and 20. So CV 20 is for the front light, and I made it 154. So give me gyro light. LED is 128, gyro light is 16. And then I added 40, which says, no. 1, which says go only on when you're going forward. So when I hit reverse, it goes out and the bottom light comes on, but the bottom light dims, so that's 121, and I added 40 to 128, so that's 168 for the bottom, and the top one I believe is 154 or 155. Okay. All right, runs pretty smooth. I'm going to button it up, and we'll do another one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.